Mic check, mic check. Alright, we back. Let me double check. Alright, it's last time trying this, bro. For real. Give me some water. Mic check. Alright, bet. Mic check, mic check. Alright, bet. Alright, let's run it. Yo, what up? It's your boy, I'm So Silvy. Welcome back to another segment of Silvy Said, CTRL+S, Save the Industry. So today is going to be a one-off. Since it's Save the Industry, I think it's important to recognize that tonight we're going to be going over some things that are associated with hip-hop. So it would fall under the hip-hop news. However, I really think and want to encourage other independent media platforms and or non-biased media platforms to try to start disassociating things like this with hip hop, because honestly, out of the things in the title, and maybe like 1/3 of the things I plan to go over tonight actually have to do with hip hop related things. And honestly, if you want to be honest, it's not the same hip hop related things that we would have called hip hop 10 years ago. The genre has become diluted and has been reduced to something else. So that's what this segment is about. When you click Command S or Control S, depending on Windows or software, you're saving something. That's what this is about. Control S, save the industry. So it's important for us to go over these type things. I don't encourage these type of things. However, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna be looking at other people's content. We're gonna source it. Things that I've already checked out, reliable sources. Because one thing. Lastly, one point that I have to share. Because I'm not interested in making content that produces this and review and puts this type of stuff out on the I'm So Silvy channel. Today I got a reality check from somebody in my community. They told me straight up, look, I love what you do. I'm here to support you and your page and the things that you do across the industry, the various industries you impact. But this type of stuff I don't support. And I know I've been getting a lot of engagement with my YouTube shorts. There's a very intentional strat going on there, but my YouTube shorts don't represent my brand. So there will be a push to either convert the people that come for the shorts only over to strictly I'm So Silvy and SLOR related output, or and just have the I'm So Silvy channel completely I'm So Silvy related, all Silvy output. However, that's why I have the OstRich news page up. So those types of things that we're covering in entertainment, fashion, and design, they will be found on this page right here, the OstRich entertainment news page. If you guys don't know, OstRich Media is a powerhouse under the SLC brands machine, and it is a media platform, talent development, record label, and publishing company. So that's why you guys see some of our album releases down here at the bottom, which I will get to next. However, if you haven't subscribed yet to the OstRich Entertainment news page, go ahead and subscribe. I will be posting all entertainment, design, and fashion news that I'm interested in speaking on. Not all news, just things that I'm interested in speaking on. That's why tonight's a one-off. I'm not really interested in speaking on it, but it's a good transition point in the effort to CTRL+S, save the industry. So, welcome to another segment of Silvy Said. If you haven't yet, gone to I'mSoSilvy.com and checked out the new SLOR season merch. The SLOR drops. We've got a new effort to push these dope shoes that I've been getting tons of compliments on. We've got the new runners out right now. We've got the SLOR lows. We got the high tops for the women, and the SLOR slides and the SLOR runners. They're pretty affordable. They're limited edition, which is why, you know, they're not like dirt cheap, you know, and they're a great design that we're going to continue to push. And there's a gap in the market for them, and with your support, we can really make something happen with this brand. But first, I want you to organically like it, and that's why I put it out, because I recognized there's so many people just organically commenting on what I made for myself, for my own campaign for SLOR season last fall. Wide range of demographics of people. So yeah, that's why we're moving forward with that. If you're familiar with my apparel fashion design experience, I've been dropping since 2009, since I did my first tour doing music. So, but this one's the best by far, and it's since I have so much season and it's kind of right on time, it's that one. So we're going forward with that. So I'mSoSilvy.com or slcbrands.com/brandish apparel. And check it out. Grab some, send it to your best friend. But we appreciate your support. Lastly, I think there's one more thing that I am forgetting. Oh, if you haven't added any of these songs down here to your playlist, definitely encourage you to do so. Bisolar is going crazy right now, especially on YouTube and TikTok. Bass bumping is great for the gym. Dapper Don is a club banger, and Dapper Don 2.0 is basically paying homage to Pharrell, NERD, Neptune's era. All the girls standing in the line. I sampled that over the Dapper Don club banger beat. So it's crazy. If you're a DJ, definitely get it. Hit me up and I'll send you the raw file. You can add it to your playlist. Elm Tree is one of my favorite. Put a lot of time. It's very eccentric. And so, John Wick, if you're feeling kind of crazy, John Wick's the one for you. So we're gonna get into these topics today. We got Big U, Bricc Baby, Loose Cannon, and wrapped up in a West Coast Rico. We're gonna start with that. Then we're gonna move on to Yella Beezy, and we're gonna talk about some other stuff in the industry in the effort to save the industry. So again, I want to get to a place where we're not associating this type of activity and arrest with hip hop. The only reason I associate it the least bit now is because Bricc Baby is a rapper. He spent some time in Atlanta. He was around Pee Wee, and No Jumper, the whole No Jumper thing. I have to share some stuff about No Jumper and my thoughts on that, but we'll get into that. But first, we're going to start with one of these YouTubers. Shout out KB Goes Live. He has a country accent. I think he's from like Arkansas, but he's been doing his thing, and yeah, he's made some videos on it. So if you haven't heard what's going on, we're going to update you starting yesterday evening on that. So let's run it. Y'all. If you have any questions, comments, or concern, put them in the chat. We're not going to look at the full indictment thing. I'm not interested in that. Big U, Loose Cannon have been arrested. So let's start. So about yesterday, there was like 16 people that were put out. They put out an indictment or whatever, Rico, for the arrest of 16 people involved in various activities. And Big U at the time had not been arrested. So these are like some of his last words before he got arrested. And this is actually one of the clips I kind of posted. I figured since I was posting Woody stuff, then I mean, I may as well just post some relevant West Coast stuff. And that's when one of my community members checked me and was like, look, I love your brand. I'm here for your brand. This isn't what we want. So that's why I felt like it's important for me to do this segment of Control Save the Industry. And we had some technical difficulties getting started, but we are good now. So, all right, we're not going to run the commercial. Y'all. Again, shout out KB Goes Live.
This Adam22 actually decided to respond to this too. Apparently, he's.
I was like at this point relatively without like a couple of comments.
All right, so it looks like
before my
I got
audio
a quick
cut out last
update
time
for you guys in regards to this whole
Big U,
Bricc Baby, Loose Cannon, Rolling 60 Rico story that I posted earlier. In that video, I told you guys that pretty much everybody had been arrested except for Big U. Big U was the only person that they weren't able to apprehend, and for the majority of the day today, he has been a fugitive on the run, evading justice. Well, it looks like his run is about to come to an end, as he has made a video saying that he is gonna turn himself in and addressing everything that's going on. I'm not gonna hold you guys up too long talking about it. I'm gonna just go ahead and run the clip.
It's gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive, so they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. He's actually got video and footage of it, so y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, it was actually about Wack, Loose Cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending shit around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these niggas saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this fuck shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI.
What are we talking about?
The FBI.
What are we talking about? If you have something against a black man, time out. What are we talking about? If you have something against a black man, you should handle it like a black man in the streets. This is the one of my biggest pet peeves. When I don't use or subscribe to the term African American, because I'm not African. I'm American, melanated American. But however, I'm just American. I'm from Commonwealth, Virginia, as American as an American gets. So we don't do that, all the other titles. However, I don't like it when anybody of this same color of me speaks on my behalf. There's so many different types of people, let alone different types of people that are the same color. This generalization that these older, like I say any, but I hear it from a lot of older black males, and the ones that do it with platforms that have not lived the same life as myself, which is not what can be generalized. It can't be generalized. However, they go on to speak on my behalf, which doesn't work out for me because it puts out a narrative on my behalf that is inaccurate, which doesn't represent the whole. So one of the examples is Wallow. I love what they do. I'm super proud of them and what they were able to do connecting with Barstool, and how much passion and output and energy he puts into his craft, Wallow. However, he's one of the biggest examples of someone that speaks out in the attempt to, you know, motivate and level up people of the culture. However, he'll make general statements on behalf of the whole that don't represent the whole. I do encourage people to stop doing that because it's not accurate, it's not a good look, and it's counterproductive. And what the hell is this guy handling in the streets? We don't like, whatever. It's not tight.
To the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can.
It's wild being that age and playing a victim. Getting people in trouble, you sound like a, I don't know, because this guy is like a gang leader and I don't want to be too opinionated. However, I'm here to deliver you what's currently going on, but I'm just finding out in the moment how much like these statements are bothering me. But it's more of save the industry, and Silvy said, and the reason why I'm stifled in the moment is the same reason why this is happening to him. Bricc Baby coming out and Loose Cannon coming out and saying he was extorting them, and the him extorting Shaq and him extorting the other NBA player, movie stars. People in LA know about his tactics and they're now being exposed, but in real time, literally yesterday, before he goes to turn himself in, these are his last words, and this is what he chooses to say when they already know. Not only do the feds know, the people know, and you got people shook to talk, dog. Like, help the community. Like, don't leave the kids out of it. Your charity and stuff, like, I don't know, leave the kids out of it. You can't hide behind the charity that you've been embezzling money through and stealing money from others that aren't cut from the same cloth that you're cut from, which you shouldn't steal from anybody. But however, I mean, everybody doesn't sign up for the things that, or the life that this guy lives or leads. And it's up to them to respect that. They have to respect that, or it's going to go left 100% of the time.
You're just guilty because somebody else don't like you and then go on the internet and do what the fuck they want to, and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in, though. Because I ain't did nothing.
Yeah, so as y'all can hear in that video, he said he was going to go turn himself in. He feels like he's innocent. He ain't did nothing. But he also said that Wack 100 is working with the FBI in that video. He claims that this is a targeted attack against him because he's been, quote unquote, helping his community. And he verified that the video of the house that we seen getting raided in my last video was in fact one of his homes. He actually said that the FBI raided all of his homes. So they were coming after him full force, and at this point, I mean, it's not looking good for Big U. Once the FBI gets involved and the federal government gets involved and starts kicking doors in, bro, there is a long road and battle to be had ahead. There's a lot of people wrapped up in this case. I counted 19 on the board earlier. I'm sure that there was probably some people that were arrested and implicated that weren't on that board, but there's a lot of moving pieces to it, and really, man, who knows where this is gonna go. If Big U is convicted of the crimes he is accused of, he's gone. He's going away for life. No ifs, ands, or buts. That is just the way that the cookie crumbles. But Big U isn't the only person we have responding to all of this. Adam22 actually decided to respond to this too. Apparently, he's seen all you guys in the comment section saying that Operation No Jumper finally took effect after 4 years of hard work, basically calling him a fed too. And so I guess that, you know, got up underneath his skin a little bit. So Adam22 also took a moment to respond to everything. Here's what he said.
See a lot of people saying that 22 was the reason why Bricc got caught up. Fuck out of here. 22, you know what I do. I put people in position, put them on the podcast, give them jobs, help them make legal money. A lot of the shit that people are getting caught up for is shit, especially with Bricc. It's like, I'm not seeing anything that says anything about stuff that he's done in the last 2 years since he's been fucking with us, right? So, you know, end of the day, I do employ people from the streets. And I guess, you know, people from the streets sometimes get caught up in federal Rico indictments, whatever the fuck this shit is. And all I can say is that, yes, I may crack a joke here and there. I'm sorry, that's just my sick sense of humor. But end of the day, that's my boy. I'm standing with him. Loose, I got love for Loose too. We're going to be documenting this whole thing, helping him along the way, whatever it is. So anybody acting like this is because of No Jumper, no, No Jumper was the antidote to this bullshit.
So as we all pretty much...
All right, bet. So I do want to comment on Adam22. So Grand Mason, right? If anybody knows Adam's history, first of all, he's a BMX biker that moved to LA from the Northeast, and I don't understand I never understood the push to promote or employ or platform so many gang members. I know he had a incident with, I believe it was the record label Atlantic, and for a short period of time he might have been a talent scout A&R type thing, but it was short-lived due to some things I'm not going to speak on out of respect for him. However, I don't understand why he wanted to platform so many gang members. I know it made for good content. I don't think he had poor intent. However, I do believe in doing so, he fell victim to what the gang does on the West Coast. What gangs do on the West Coast. They intimidate and extort. I believe once he had the first gang member on, and, you know, it might have been AD. However, AD was awesome. AD is awesome. And so is the Hoover dude. My man with Tyga. Dang, I can't remember dude's name right now. However, I mess with both of those guys. And Community, Fig, all that. So, dang, I want to remember dude's name. I just can't off top. If you remember it, put it in the chat. Yeah. Though, like, now that I think about it, those might have been like the first. I don't think they're responsible. I believe once he got a taste of the community that comes with, or the brotherhood that comes with gang culture after being exiled in a way, you'll notice how his interviews, the people he had on his podcast and platform, changed over time. When he was just rocking with House Phone, he had all kinds of people. Then he shifted over to music, and then he dabbled in like controversial people, and all this time he was doing porn and stuff like that. Just, he probably found a lot of brotherhood and felt comfortable, but was unaware of what came with it. And after being embraced by and being so close too, you could see the brotherhood he had with AD. I hated to see what happened. However, it was kind of bound to happen. Like, AD was there to capitalize, period. Like, bro, it pisses me off. I can't, was like, feel like it starts with a T, but I just can't put it together right now. Oh, Rel. Yeah, T-Rel. yeah, and so was T-Row. So and they did, and they moved on, and but Wack came in. So you see it spiral into gang culture, and at the same time, what Adam, being a media platform, doesn't have to search far for content. There's dudes trying to get on the platform all day that are in the genre and niche that he's creating for himself. So I kind of see it happen because I watched them grow over time, because I feel like at first what he was able to create was pretty cool. I come from skateboarding, he comes from BMX. We're both East Coast dudes. What he was doing on the West, I really wanted to be able to have a media platform for the East Coast. So it was important for me to study a budding platform that was transitioning from just a website to more of interview sequence type format. So yeah, I checked it out. I watched the stuff, just studying the game. But yeah, so I was very observant of that. So I do feel like, in a way, Adam swings his dick around like he is a gang member himself. And I feel like, what other BMX biker or Anglo-Saxon Caucasus Mountain type dude can do that in that environment if they don't have guaranteed around the clock protection? And you get that from being extorted. So a lot of these guys say things they have to say. There is a clip where Loose Cannon is talking to Bricc Baby. I put it on my shorts and on my TikTok. And you'll see it's kind of the moment where Bricc Baby sealed his fate in including himself in on this. And we'll get into that later. But that's my take. Sylvie said take on Adam22.
Back to Adam22 is saying, man, look, I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't have nothing to do with them people getting caught up. And to a certain degree, I gotta agree with him. These are all grown people making these decisions and saying these things on public platforms. Bricc Baby, Loose Cannon, Wack 100, Big U, right? It's not like Adam22 is forcing them to do that, but I mean, he is a key component in all of this information coming out and being as public as it is, and personally, I gotta wonder to myself, does Adam22 think that he can't be wrapped up in something like this in the long run? Because I personally believe that he can, right? I don't know if he's missing the corrupt organizations part of the Rico Act, but one could make the argument that No Jumper is operating like a corrupt organization by putting these dudes in the positions that they're in, put money in their pockets. Even if he's doing it through a legitimate means, that don't mean the feds ain't looking at him and his business endeavor sideways. And I think Adam22 should take this as exactly what it is, a giant caution sign for him and the activities that he has going on over there at his podcast. But yeah, man, those are the updates. We got Big U say he ain't gonna be on the run for long. He's going to turn himself in, calling Wack 100 an FBI agent. We got Adam22 playing dumb. He says he don't know what y'all talking about. He ain't got no involvement in nothing that's got anything to do with these people being arrested. And at this point, man, y'all basically gotta let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. Anyways, that is basically it for the video, guys.
Shit.
If you enjoy,
same here in the comments, let me know, man. I really want to hear from you guys, not only on these topics, but this segment, CTRL+S, Save the Industry segment of Silvy Said. Like I said, it was important for me to get on here. If you're just now tuning in, if you skip back to the beginning, I said some things to preface what is going on tonight. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next video. We're gonna do we're gonna get to Yella Beezy. So that was when he was going to go turn himself in. He's turned himself in. What's that guy's name? Flacco? Poetic Flacco? Something? Yeah. He works at No Jumper, so $2.3 million scam that got big through. So this is some of the stuff that got you in trouble. And then we're gonna watch Wack's response. No, we're gonna watch Wack's response. 28 minutes ago. Shout out Poetic Flacco.
If you've been injured in a recent car accident,
like I said, I'm not the original creator of the content that we're going over tonight.
I'm going to show you how I got this $100,000 check. My car replaced.
The creators that we will be reviewing, and I am the original creator of this live stream.
Wack 100 fires back at Big U and even revealed some pretty unsettling things about Big U.
Okay, so if you guys didn't hear in the last video, Big U said that Wack 100 is working with the feds. Like I said, if you go to my shorts, I did post the whole last words response that Big U had before turning himself in, and on my YouTube and TikTok. So there you will find where he called Big U, said Big U said, we're just going to refer to Big U as you from here on, because yeah. So Eugene said that Wack 100 was working with the feds, and we all kind of like, I mean, they Bricc Baby and Wack 100 got wrapped up, and earlier this month they all knew this was going to happen. This wasn't news to them. And Bricc Baby got a charge for a stick a year ago. He just couldn't speak on it. Bricc Baby Ben knew they were looking into those guys, because he told Loose over a year ago, or 600, one of those guys, I believe 600 is the person that you was referring to, was at his house when they went and raided it yesterday. However, there is news that Bricc Baby, when he did get raided a year ago, for just suddenly getting money after the Quando Rondo thing that we're not going to get into. However, he just got a bag, bought a new house, and then he got a stick charge, having a gun, convicted felon type thing. And he would like kind of hint that something was going on the No Jumper podcast, but never got into it because he couldn't speak on it. But this is what it all led to. But anyway, he told Loose or 600, he was like, hey, like, the feds, they're looking at you, and they're checking out your social. They know what's going on in the hood all day. And he told 600 or Loose about what was going on with that, and gave him a tip on that. And Wack found out about that and told everybody on his not gonna say little, but on his chat clubhouse type platform that he does. So yeah, that to preface what's going on here, it's Wack against Eugene, and so
family dynamic. If you guys are unaware why Wack 100 is firing back at Big U, it's because when Big U did his surrendering video, when Big U was surrendering himself and turning himself into the police, Big U dropped a 9-minute video. And in that 9-minute video, he declared his innocence. He also went off on Wack 100. He called Wack 100 police. He said that Wack 100 is bad for the culture. He even said, yo, if you listen or watch Wack 100, the 100 show, then you're not black.
How they going around talking about somebody's gonna raid my house before my house?
Himself, I think that video was a big mistake.
Watch out. I gotta say something. Like, first of all, I don't know how that skipped like that, but that's the type of shit I be talking about. Like, first of all, you cannot speak for everybody, bro. I am sick and tired of Americans with melanated skin, specifically older ones, generalizing their experience or whatever, and saying general remarks that represent the whole based on what they say, but don't really represent the whole for what it is. So what he's literally, the statement he's making about Wack 100 by saying, if you watch Wack 100 show or whatever, which, like, I wouldn't watch any of this stuff. I can't watch any of this stuff. What am I gonna watch this stuff for? Too busy creating. However, the people that do watch it, he's saying that you're not black. What? You're an adult. You should be a grandpa by now. You call yourself a community leader. Like, these statements that you're making are wild. They're wild. Like we can't skip over that. This is Silvy said, CTRL+S, save the industry. I'm going to speak on these types of things. If you disagree with me, get in the chat. However, I've been silent for a long time, cooking for a long time, designing for a long time, getting seasoned for a long time, and now I'm at a point where I can speak comfortably, and because I know the value that I bring to the various industries that I impact, and me being silent doesn't contribute to the whole. I've spent a lot of time being impactful via my work and my output. However, I've achieved a great deal of success via doing that, and it's my responsibility to be vocal and say these things for myself. I'm not look, it's just the truth. You got right, wrong, and then you got true, false, and that's where I live, you know. So, like, yeah, there's no surprise that this is happening. You can't say stuff like that. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
To y'all, when they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about Wack. Wack, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this. If you had something against a black,
it's the internet's fault. It's the internet's fault for him getting indicted for shooting his own rapper in the face, allegedly. That was never on the internet. They found out yesterday about that. But how is it the internet's fault? You did that.
you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. I guess it is what it
Irony.
is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community.
Look,
and do
it's
what
not
you
the price of being black.
You just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they can go on the internet and do what the they want to, and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy.
Get the fuck out of here.
But I'm going to go turn myself in though, because I ain't did nothing. But y'all gonna be rolling with these dudes. And I got this last thing to say. Wack said he was gonna destroy developing option, right? So who gonna replace developing option? Which one of you 60s gonna call yourself coming in? Because whoever try to come in, y'all the ones that's working with Wack. Believe that. So remove me to get me out the way for somebody else to come in who gonna cooperate. That's what the play is.
I mean, maybe they dissolve the whole project overall, because apparently that project is designed for the feds to keep tabs on gang activity. So essentially, you're 12 if you're running that project, and you shouldn't be doing what this guy is doing, running that project,
That's what
or at all.
play is.
Wack 100 heard everything Big U said, and Wack 100 is upset. He's upset that Big U would even put his name in this situation. According to Wack 100, he has nothing to do with it. As a matter of fact, he would say, yo, point to the document. Where do you see me involved in this? I'm not involved at all. Now, Wack would also say that he has an issue with Big U asking people to pray for him.
Get this right, Big Useless. Let me get this right. So you telling me, you stupid mother, This is 2025. See, here go the problem. You must then take heed and go attorney up. Because your attorney would have told you, come to me, don't say nothing, don't do no videos, and we're going to walk you in if that's what you're going to do. Because what you just did, dummy, is you gave the federal agents all the motherfucking firepower they need, because now you can't renege on none of this shit. See, your stupid motherfucking ass ain't read your motherfucking superseding indictment paperwork.
Do you want to see how much money you're eligible for? If you were in a car crash within the last 2 years, that was not your fault. You could have.
My bad. Y'all can't hear me. Let me run it back. That ad that just came up. Take a look at that melanated American. Take a look at Eugene. Take a look at this one. These guys cannot make general statements and speak on behalf of the lawyer running an ad for his agency to get car accident victims more money with their car accident injuries. Those guys likely walked two different lives, or if not, they could be from the same place, but they made two different choices, and they're currently making two different choices as adult black males. So when you got guys like Eugene, or like I said earlier, Wallow, we love you. You're just the biggest example for me and the pet peeve of those general statements that don't work out for the whole and make people that never were involved in that type of stuff. You put it on us. You put it on them. And we don't deserve that at all. Y'all need to be conscious of that. This is Silvy said, CTRL+S, save the industry. Be aware of that. We're going to run it.
Learned about this March 3rd, 2025. Bozo. This investigation started 2021. How do they know? I'm going to tell you how they know.
If you watched my videos yesterday, then you know that I agree with Wack when Wack says the video that Big U made before he surrendered himself, I think that video was a big mistake. I think it was a huge mistake.
And it was retarded. He said a bunch of nothing.
First off, you are already speaking about your codees who you have to rely on to keep it solid. Like, you have to rely on Loose Cannon and Bricc Baby to keep it solid. So you going off on them isn't smart. But past that though, and this is how I know Big U don't really think that Wack 100 or 600 is the police. Because if Big U thought that Wack 100 and 600 is the police and they were cooperating, then essentially what you just did was like try to out people who you believe are cooperatives. That's witness intimidation. So I would hope he don't really believe that Wack 100 and 600 is witnesses, because I don't think so either, right? I feel like that's absurd. But if you did think so, and if you thought they were really working and risking their reputation on the line to work, and you went at them, that's witness intimidation, and I don't think that's smart at all. Now, Wack 100 would say that he's not responsible because he learned about the situation March 3rd. And the investigation started in 2021. Now, Wack 100 will even offer some help to Big U, and he will start naming people in Big U's case or Big U's life, in a Big U's homeboy that he would say is already telling. So Wack 100 would name people, I guess, close to Big U that he believes is telling. Now, this is Wack 100 opinion, not mine.
BRB, I'm gonna let this run, guys.
So I don't know whether or not they're telling or not. I just want to put that out there, bro, because people have a tough time distinguishing between voices, apparently.
You got a nigga named Bay Sylvester, who I've been knowing probably before you, because he didn't used to fuck with you. Red Mike's brother, y'all know who this nigga is. You done took this nigga, a regular nigga. Let me tell you what type of nigga you is. You took a regular dude, a regular civil dude, because you had no more firepower or no more soldiers or flunkies around you. A regular dude, and you intimidated him and made him do things and participate in things that you knew damn well didn't fit. And what he started to do, you know what he did? He turned into motherfucking Sonny Brasco. You remember how Sonny Brasco's motherfucking, his wife started telling him, you're starting to become them. You're supposed to be undercover. They started to think he was really a rolling 60 Crip. I got the power. Big U ain't gonna like this. I'm the only buffer between Big U and Big U. If I get out the way, this gonna happen. You sending niggas over there to extort for $500 and $1,000. Let me tell you something, you silly, dumb, stupid, nitwit, get-witted, bozo ass. You picked up more than 10 occasions we read the federal motherfucking money.
The Fed said in the federal complaint, they have over 50 witnesses. So there are people who are literally going to take joy in making sure Big U never gets out because they don't want to see Big U out because Big U apparently has been terrorizing them for as long as they can remember. Now, when Wack 100 says that Big U took a literal civilian, turned him up, made him feel like he was invincible, and then that literal civilian literally began to cosplay as a literal gangbanger and began to even do things that gangbanger wouldn't do and really became vicious, that's a mistake, all right? Because yeah, in the moment it's cool to cosplay. In the moment it's cool to really feel like you got the power to go from being a civilian with no power, with no backing, with no crew, with nobody behind you, and then you transition into like damn near Al Chapo, but you feel like you got the backing. That's really bad because that person will literally do anything without the fear of consequences because they're on like a power trip. But once they get caught, right, once you bring that civilian into an interrogation room, they go from being the high power crime leader to now they resort back. They are out of their trance now, right? Like they literally like lose like the hypnotized and they go back to being a civilian. And when they go to that interrogation room, they telling it all. Bro, I've literally seen it happen to a lot of dudes, bro. I've watched a civilian, I'm talking about a straight mark, a buster, go to being the biggest blood in town, bro. All right, to the blood when I beat you, blood. But then when, they go in front of them white folks with black suits, oh, they turn into, sir, bro, I can't imagine I would do that. And it looks like that's what Wack is saying that Big U is currently going through, man. You feel me? The high-powered dudes have resorted back to being civilians, and it doesn't look good.
Given to the motherfucking victim, you stupid motherfucker. You pressing, they got a motherfucking Scarface goddamn camera in the motherfucking clock, and you sending Vay, a civilian, who's supposed to tell on you. Vay ain't no goddamn gang member. I said it, that nigga Vay talk about pop out of football all goddamn day. Got an all-white woman, live over there in goddamn Port-au-Prince for a wife, and want to come over there, help you with the football. You know what you do? Come fuck with me, cuz. Go fuck with me, cuz. Hey, how you doing? I'm Eugene Henley, developing options. I'm here for the people. I'm here for the community. Kill the motherfucking kid, though, right? You bitch-ass nigga. Nah, nigga. Rayshard Williams, that's who the fuck we need to pray for. You bitch-ass nigga. Rayshard Williams was the best friend of Deion Henley, your son that played for the San Diego Chargers.
That's something that's not being talked about enough. Yeah, we heard from pretty much every media outlet that Big U is being charged with the murder of Rayshard Williams, which is Big U's son's friend. We've heard that, but it usually stops at that, and we talk about how bad it is and then skip over it. But we don't talk enough about the dynamics that's at play here. Big U is going to prison to fight a really extensive case. Big U's son, which essentially is who I believe is probably going to help him while he's in jail, and pay his lawyer fees and things of that such. Big U's son is in the NFL. So Big U is essentially relying on his son to pretty much fund his legal expense because, well, I'm your father. You're supposed to do it. But if the son is spiteful, if the son truly believes that Big U is responsible for killing his best friend, is that going to be the case? Is that still going to happen? Is the son still going to fund Big U's legal expense, even though Big U is being accused of killing his best friend? Those dynamics is at play, and I'm not sure why they haven't been talked about enough because those dynamics drastically affect like the outcome of this case. Because if Big U don't get a really high power attorney, it might be over. But if he gets a really, really high power attorney, he still might have a chance against the feds, even though it's the feds, right? And by chance, I means, hey, maybe you beat it, maybe you take a plea to, let's say, 5 years, you come out, you know, you still good, right? But if the son don't support Big U, as Wack is now claiming, because Wack is about to say that Big U's family has essentially ostracized him. Now, I don't know how Wack would know that, but this is what Wack is saying. Wack is saying that, you know, like one of Big U's kids don't even talk to him.
So I
If you have a 700 plus credit score, you qualify for Chase's new program where you could access up to 150.
So while he looking at you, your oldest kid don't even fuck with you. He don't even carry your name because you beat him half to death 6, 7 times. You remember the first time in 04, Paul Roos had to come bail you out, help you get out, turn you up. Remember all that type of shit? So let's talk about who we need to pray for. You a motherfucking monster, nigga. That's what the fuck you is. You didn't kill no blood. You didn't kill no Hoover. You didn't kill no motherfucking H-rate gangster. You didn't kill none of that shit. You went and killed one of our own, nigga. A young, aspiring motherfucking kid playing football. Y'all look at that face in my PTR. That's the face of Rayshard Williams right there. Look at that fucking face. No mustache. Innocent face. What you do? You say he did a diss song, we never heard it. Leave him in a ditch? You left a nigga in the ditch. Hey, talk to Bay. Sylvester the one told the police. Y'all got the call and y'all drove from fucking there to motherfucking goddamn Vegas and did what y'all did. D-Say, motherfucker, now I'ma talk about it. DS is a nigga named D-Say. D-Say is the one that told them motherfucker that you had him go pull the camera footage down. These is all your people. These niggas ain't Paul Roos. They ain't 100 people. What do you mean? The 100 people ought to be ashamed of yourself. No, it shouldn't be. Nigga, they should burn down developing options. Crenshaw Coach, all you parents, if any of y'all show up this season fucking with that, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself because that could have been your motherfucking boy in a motherfucking ditch since you want to pop my name.
This is just a battle of public perception, right? Like they're both competing for the public perception. Wack 100 wants the public to turn against Big U. Big U wants the public to turn against Wack and support him. So they both put their pitch out there. Now, if I'm just being honest, Wack 100's pitch is a little bit more convincing. Like Wack 100 is speaking with passion, right? Wack 100 is kind of laying things out methodically, right? Even like the pitch of, yo, look at my PTR, see this innocent boy with no beard, no nothing, just an aspiring artist, and Big U has been accused of killing him. Like that, that's an effective pitch.
Type shit.
Big U's pitch of, if you listen to the 100 show, you're not black, it really have, you know, the fortitude it should, especially if you're pleading for your life, right? From my perspective, man.
That statement right there is why we're here, right? That statement right there is why this live stream is not just regurgitating other content. Because in Silvy said, CTRL+S, save the industry, we have an initiative to do what? Save the industry. And the things I spoke on regarding that comment that obviously went over this guy's head during his point that, or his segment on the topic, and he's a lot closer to it, which means he definitely has a responsibility. He needs to be speaking out, but you know, he's under that umbrella. However, I don't think he's aware, and that's why we're here. We gotta speak on those things. You know, that he just said that too casually. That was his take on that comment.
Active pitch. Big U's pitch of, if you listen to the 100 show, you're not black, it ain't really have, you know,
that comment's not convincing versus that's an inappropriate comment. Yay for inappropriate comment, like all day. And I already told you the why. It does not represent the whole. What type of shit is that? Whose mans is this? No, we not doing that. Just save the industry, period.
It should, especially if you're pleading for your life, right? From my perspective, man. But I guess y'all can let me know right now.
Same here. Let me know in the comments. Shout out Poetic Flacco. So that's that, right? We're gonna get over to some Yella Beezy, and in an effort to spread as much love to other creators, we're gonna go Seti Nash, and we're gonna go Yella Beezy arrested, boom, 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 boom. We're gonna go Seti Nash. We're gonna go Seti Nash with this one.
Kid, and basically he had a
shout out
chain of Mo 3.
Hold on.
And his disrespect was Mo 3.
Like I told you guys, I made sure, like I selectively picked these creators.
Even if you exercise regularly, you may be at risk for heart attack.
I selectively picked the creators before starting the segment and which videos to create on. Seti Nash, he got into like a little squabble with Woody, and I know a lot of people here, they're here because of Woody content, and they're fans of Woody or not, whatever, but they're fans of the perspective I was able to translate and put out and offer them the past 7-8 months. And again, I appreciate the support. However, early on, one of the videos that caught a lot of traction was here, we'll just go to it. It was Seti. It was like it was Woody telling Seti Nash like, "I'm gonna get you," like before they spoke type shit. However, we're not gonna go to it because we're gonna keep it on topic here. You can find it in my shorts if you want to. However, again, just to preface, my shorts do not represent the whole of my brand. From here on out, anything covering the industry topics that I believe are dope and choose to put out will be posted short form and medium form and long form on the OstRich News platform. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe and put on the hit that bell for OstRich News. So we're gonna get into this this video made about 4 or 5 hours ago from Seti Nash. Shout out Seti Nash. We're gonna move on from the West Coast thing, and we're gonna talk a little bit about Yella Beezy. Before we do that, hold on. Actually, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Before we do that, let's recap, right? So you have the comments right now. All 16 are in custody, and I don't know that we went over everything he's being charged with, but extortion, intimidation, funneling money, PPP loans, and having a fake charity. And that's my biggest thing. Leave the kids out of it, dog. You can't sit here and say I'm doing X, Y, and Z from the community when you're funneling and you're embezzling money through front charity that's a front, getting money from Shaq and other NBA players, and say you're doing X, Y, and Z for the community at the same time running a program where you're in touch with law enforcement, informing them or making sure gang activity and things going on in the hood are in check or whatever. They put that person in position not to afford gangs a place in the community or some type of responsibility. They put that person in position to communicate with law enforcement to do what they actually intend on doing, and that is protecting and serving the community. I don't believe that. I know that Eugene portrayed the image and wanted to put out there that this is what he was doing, but what he was actually doing and is being called in for, he was not the person that should have been in charge of that program, because there's no way he would be scrupulous with 12, and that's what 12 is looking for, and it's just going to cause him to look more into you and wrap you up. That's likely what happened here. But he also did allegedly shoot his own artist, his son's best friend, in the face and leave him in a desert in Vegas or Arizona or somewhere like that. But wait, yeah, somewhere like that. So yeah, allegedly. Silvy said CTRL+S save the industry. We're gonna move on down to Dallas, right? This is I believe, or allegedly, another Crip affiliated member, Yella Beezy, and yeah, if you guys are familiar with Mo 3 and what happened to him, this is the same thing that Dirk has going on. This is a murder for hire. I was speaking with a buddy of mine, who he comes from a whole nother life than I do. However, we have a lot of respect for each other. I was speaking with him earlier. He was kind of like, he was a person that I reached out and I was like, hey bro, do you see what happened? Because his family, I guess, or whatever, are somewhat affiliated with that, or like that group or whatever. So but he's not. He's way out of it. He didn't even know it was happening when I hit him up. And he was like, oh, that guy's still a Crip. There's no way he's turning himself in. I'm like, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He has to. What is he gonna call and run? So I was talking to him when I was like, yo, told you so type shit. And then I was like, damn, did you see what happened to Yella Beezy? And he didn't either. Like he didn't know. So I told him or whatever. And yeah, like he went on to comment like that. Matter of fact, forget it. We're gonna get into Yella Beezy here, and yeah, so this is just crazy. I was talking to him. I'll tell you guys what I said. I was saying, like, I feel like what happened to Slime and Gunna and just YSL in general was, if you guys know, it may have stemmed from like a blood type thing, and it was an East Coast thing. It was like or a Southern thing. Is like it really affected the city of Atlanta, which I believe the city of Atlanta is a beautiful city. It's one of the best cities right now in America. When I moved here, it's the fastest growing city in America, and I can go anywhere in this city and be good because I have a lot of respect for these guys that live here, and they have a lot of respect for me. I'm not just some person or whatever, so I got a lot of love for Atlanta. However, I want Atlanta to win, and I am a person that has a lot of life experience, and I have been and traveled all over the world. I have experience. I've represented what a melanated male looks like in America. I've represented that for all of us in other countries abroad, being in the United States Air Force, executing at the highest level. So I've done that for my country. I've sacrificed, and I've put in a lot of work for the betterment of others. And I've never once said like this Eugene guy or whatever. And I know it's wildly different, but that's really being there for your community, you know? And what he's claiming is not. Let's just make sure that point is out there. So this is Silvy said control save the industry. We need that narrative to change. We need people to start calling out these wild statements that are being made, and I will be the first, because it affects a person like me that has lived a long life with integrity and intent, pure intent, and at some points even naive, just looking at the good in people. However, I've grown to understand what goes on in this life, and yeah, I feel like if I can provide another perspective and just tell my truth, you know, same way that these guys that are from the A or from down south were able to see me and take a liking to me and understand, yo, this guy's different. We don't need to involve him in any bullshit, or we need to take care of someone like this, or not try to take advantage of someone like this, then many other people can see the same thing if I just be myself and tell my truth. And that's what we're doing here. And yeah, we're gonna save the industry, man. But yeah, so this is a one-off thing. We're not going to be covering stuff like this. It was important to kick it off with things like this because I don't want to associate people going to jail, murders, extortion, all that bullshit with hip-hop, which is music. It's artistry. It came out of the streets, but it is mainstream now. It's not of the streets. We need to go back to what hip-hop became between 2005 and 2015 at the latest, if not 2013. So that was the era where there were new guys coming in. The way was paved for these artists to do it right. Shout out to Cole for taking me under his wing when I was in the Ville and he was on his Forest Hill Drive tour. He's a real one for that forever. However, he's one of them. Drake is one of them. K-Dot's one of them. Even people like Fetty Wap, he essentially at the beginning, no matter where his first investment came from, because that happens a lot in hip hop since the beginning, but once you've gone mainstream, you've got to stay that. You don't, regardless of where you're from, you don't go back to the streets. You don't revert back to what you were doing or wanted to do before this happened for you. You know, that doesn't make you a real artist. There became too many artists in the hip hop genre exclusively that didn't take the responsibility of being a hip-hop artist serious enough or at all, because it wasn't cool for a street dude to rap, so they downplayed rapping. They didn't take it seriously, and now this is where the genre is 50 years later. We should have had the 50-year anniversary of hip-hop and been flying high. We had the 50-year anniversary of hip-hop and the whole front line, the whole first string of rappers are in jail right now. Silvy said, control saving the industry. We got to do better. This is Steady Nash, and this is Mo3. Mo3's death. Pay for hire. Oh yeah. Steady Nash, pay for hire. Yella Beezy, pay for hire. I just remembered what I was going to tell you earlier when I was talking to my boy, but we're going to get into this first. It's about the pay for hire thing.
Blessings, you understand me? We made it through a hell of a year, you understand? Anybody that ain't for you, anybody that's going against you, anybody that's goddamn negative, you understand me, ain't bringing no positive vibe, you know, in the words of Gucci, put that in the dirt. Damn! For sure, you did. Here we go, take a toast.
In the context of capital murder, remuneration refers to a murder committed for payment or the promise of payment, or employing someone to commit murder for payment, serving as a critical aggravating factor that can lead to the death penalty.
Now, you got your Say Cheeses and everybody else, they don't got the paperwork. Steady Nash got that work, though. Make sure you subscribe to our bell, stay notified, share to keep your people aware. Let's get into it. Grand jury referral. State of Texas versus Marquise Conway. Date of birth, October 22nd, 1991. Offense, capital murder while remuneration. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas. The grand jury of Dallas County, state of Texas, duly organized at the January term AD 2025 of the Criminal District Court Number 4 for said county upon its oath do present in and to said court at said term. That Marquise Conway, hereinafter called defendant, on or about the 11th day of November 2020 in the county of Dallas, state of Texas, did then and there intentionally and knowingly cause the death of Melvin Noble as individual hereinafter called deceased by employing Kawan White to murder deceased for remuneration and the promise of remuneration, namely United States currency, from defendant, and pursuant to said agreement, Kawan White did then and there intentionally and knowingly cause the death of said deceased by shooting deceased with a firearm, a deadly weapon. filed March 18th, 2025. There y'all go. Against the peace and dignity of the state, foreman of the grand jury, page 101. Let's get into it.
Dallas rapper is dead today after he was shot on I-35. 28-year-old Melvin Noble, also known as MO3, was shot on I-35 northbound near the Beckley-Zane curve. DPD says that Noble was approached by a gunman a suspect who was driving a dark-colored vehicle. Noble apparently got out of his car and ran southbound when he was shot. Police also tell us that the gunman shot an innocent bystander as well.
The suspect, who was armed with a firearm, began firing several rounds at the victim, striking him.
I got you.
In doing so, the suspect also struck an innocent bystander who was sitting in his vehicle.
Well, Noble was taken to an area hospital where he was later pronounced dead, while the second victim's injuries are not life-threatening, we're told.
A second man has been arrested accused of gunning down rapper Mo3 on a Dallas highway. 28-year-old Devin Brown was indicted on a murder charge this week. Another man, 22-year-old Quan Wright, was also indicted on the same charge earlier this year. Back in November, Melvin Noble, also known as Mo3, was driving on 35E near the Dallas Zoo when White approached him with a gun. Police say Noble ran down the highway trying to escape and was chased by White, who fired multiple times, hitting Noble.
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell, too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news.
That's facts.
On Instagram, with the comments flooded with people suggesting that Beezy was responsible for Mo3's killing. But naturally, Beezy would play dumb for the whole thing.
What are y'all talking about, man? Goddamn me. Smoke right out the jaw. Say no more, say less.
On the 10th of December 2020 that the first person had been charged in connection with Mo3's murder. Keywan Dontrell White, a 22-year-old aspiring rapper from Dallas who went by the nickname FGC Banzo Bling, with court documents suggesting that the cops had received a tip regarding White's involvement in the killing and undisclosed evidence likely to be cell phone data that cops had used to place White at the scene of the murder when it happened. And following his arrest, incriminating images from his own Instagram would circulate. Like this one, apparently posted only 2 days before Mo3's murder, with the caption, "He put a bag on him, now I'm up," with White holding an enormous pile of cash and a rifle suspiciously similar to the one used in the murder, as well as—
Okay, this is an appropriate time for me to address what I was speaking with my friend earlier about. This type stuff. Like he was like when I told him like that, yo, like there was a point in time, I told you guys earlier, I mentioned like Bricc Baby told Loose or 600 whatever that the feds or whatever 12, let me adjust this for you, was looking at his social. All they had to do is look at this man's social and they had everything they needed. That's everywhere. That is absolutely everywhere. So you gotta be, I mean, I don't know, it's just absolutely crazy. However, I do feel like there is an issue that rappers that come from the street are having right now, and this is the main point of what I've been kind of beating around the bush the past 1/3 of the segment. There's an issue. What's happening with Dirk kind of happened here, I believe. Just me wanting to give the benefit of a doubt, right? Save the industry. Look at these guys as hip-hop artists and try to identify an issue that we can speak on and hopefully stop. However, so these times where, or incidents where they're calling it murder for hire or all this stuff, there's been an epidemic of sliding coming from the drill music era, and it was big with Vaughn. And you know, you guys know what's happening with Dirk right now, and it's super sad. It's super sad, and it definitely happened with Thug, and we're lucky Thug was able to, thanks to Brian Steele, wiggle his way out of that. But I don't believe that these guys are calling up goons and saying, hey, look, for X, Y, and Z, I'll give you X, Y, and Z if you do X, Y, and Z. I believe these guys that call themselves shooters don't have, they know that the rapper has the money, has funds. So they take it upon themselves to go do that. If there's friction, if there's beef, I believe they're taking it upon themselves. It may not be 100% of the incidents that happen. However, I want to put it out there, this narrative for the rap, it might be happening this way. They know the rapper has the money. So they go do it. They let the rapper know, hey, look what I did for you. You know, it's became like almost a norm. Is why you saw it so much. So they take it upon themselves to handle the beef, handle the friction, because they're believing it. They're wrapped up in the rap music, the lyrics, the dissing, and this and that. They're all in it. It's like hip hop in the 80s when they were going crazy, all in it. It's like they're hypnotized by the music. So they hit the rapper up. They just want the money. Back in, like old heads say today, back in the day, the shooter was the broke guy, the crash out. Now you got, you know, I don't know if, I don't want to speak on too much Chicago politics. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but with King Von and Dirk, I don't know why he was so pressed to put Von on Front Street. I don't know if he owed Von a favor or whatever, or if Von was, because Dirk was known to take care of the guys. So when Chief Keef left, Dirk was the guy to take care of the guys. Even when he didn't have his bag all the way together, like it took him a while to get his stuff all the way up top to call himself a neighborhood hero, you know, or a voice, whichever one he called during that campaign after the Drake stimmy. But I feel like these street dudes or these sliders are taking it upon themselves, then saying, look at what I did, and then accepting payment. And that's something we just need to look at in an effort to control S, save the industry, because it's just not, I don't believe 100% of the time it's a case where this person wants this person gone, so this happens. And that's why we have court. That's why we have we need to look into all of it. But we do need to stop that narrative or making that cool for people taking it upon themselves to handle something for someone else in the effort to gain income or money. Because now you're putting someone in a spot where now they're being indicted for a Rico or a murder for hire because of your actions, and them wanting to stay real or be looked at as real, or not be slid on to for not paying you for going to go shoot shit up. That shit is crazy. We're gonna proceed.
Weeks
Silvy
after the murder, he was seen spending a large amount of cash at a jewelry store. And another image circulated, seemingly showing the car used in the crime parked outside wherever he was when this picture was taken on the surveillance video. And even after his arrest, he would post previews of new songs with lyrics where he claimed he will hop out of the whip and let it spray. But to make matters worse, the accused killer had apparent ties with Yella Beezy, as following the arrest, pictures would circulate showing them together. But clearly unfazed by the recent going-ons, at the top of 2021, Yella Beezy would post on Instagram saying that he was celebrating the end of 2020 by putting his haters in the dirt.
Hey man, new year, new blessings. You understand me? We made through a hell of a year. You understand? Anybody that ain't for you, anybody that's going against you, anybody that's goddamn negative, you understand me, ain't bringing no positive eye. You know, in the words of Gucci, put that in the dirt. Damn! For sure, you did. And we go take a toast.
On that train, left your little bitch ass on 35. What he doing over there? That boy up from the other side. Drop another.
Now, here's the other thing. Next to last bullet point, I talk about dead money.
That man was country.
Let's get a little more ridiculous right here. Here you go. You got Yella Beezy for surely locked in. They got him at 4:45 p.m. And then you got the capital murder charge right there. And then the grand jury referral. So this was sent to the grand jury right here. And then here's the actual warrant. So they sent the warrant in on the 18th. Then they basically said, all right, you good to go. Go ahead and pick him up. So basically, They had the damn seal for him basically done on the 18th. But here's what's even crazier. He only stayed in Lancaster. Now in Texas, from how I heard, they say Lancaster. That's how they say it in Dallas from what I heard, you know. Now, that might just be some dummies that I was around, but yeah, bruh. But other than that, man, let's get into it. You got Mo3 Mama, by the way, too. I'm going to put this in there, saying justice for my baby.
Now, if you remember like the 5th of November, they threw a whole entire smoke screen in there, right? Remember when your man Brown got released on Valentine's Day and the whole world was ready to kick that man down the road and kick him all up his butt and be like, man, he telling, he's snitching and all that, which may be true. But Kawan White would have had to participate in that or they got type of communications. Why did it take this long? Who knows? But basically, what they just did, they picked up Yella Beezy an hour and a half ago, and buddy, oh my, he's gone now. So what happened allegedly was, remember, Mo3, braggadocious, pull up, squabble, and everything like that. Well, he would come out and basically get to taunting Yella Beezy, and we heard all the songs. I like his Yella taping Berettas and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mo3 was very disrespectful in how in which he was operating. But at the same token and same time, y'all gotta remember that Yella Beezy was still playing in the background. Remember, everybody was screaming out their mouth, hey man, say man, ho, wait a minute. And everybody's sitting there like, man, Freddie, you gonna be in trouble. Freddie, you done. Freddie, it's over. Freddie this, Freddie that. And nobody was really paying attention to your man's Yella Beezy. Now, the story with Mo3 is he was kicking it at a house with a shorty, and shorty's son was somebody's kid, and basically he had on a chain, and Mo3 being as disrespectful as Mo3 is, that's what it was. But let's understand something real quick. This stuff was not no rap stuff. Y'all gotta remember, these cats used to be cool. These cats used to hang out, bruh. It was kind of stupid. But at the same time, this is different because Mo3 came off as a gangster. Mo3 used to antagonize everybody. Mo3 was thugging like that, according to him. Now, I'm going to be honest. I like Mo3's music more than Yella Beezy, but when you poke the bear like that, man, it is what it is. This is all some street stuff, and it's all stupid at the end of the day. Why is it so stupid? Because Dallas has not had an impact in music like it has when it had Yella Beezy and Trap Boy Freddy and Block Boy JB.
Salute Seti Nash. Silvy said, CTRL+S, save the industry. This is what we're here for. Let's run it.
Solo Lucci and all this crap. I forget it. So I think Lucci was from there, and Go Yayo and all that. And though they're from Fort Worth,
Lucci ain't from no. Which Lucci is he talking about, man? What?
It's the whole DFW. You get what I'm saying? They didn't have that push like they have now with Big X the Plug and everybody like that, bro. Right now, this is beyond pathetic and beyond sad because you would think that people who used to be cool could find some type of common ground. We see Mo3 pulling up to barbershops, car washes, ready to squabble and all that and everything like that. Now, as a street cat, you supposed to like that. But as practicality goes, bruh, it ain't really doing nothing. Now, what's going to happen after this? Will he be found guilty? Bruh, I'm going to be fair, square, obvious, and honest. The same stuff I told about Lil Durk stuff, we still got to wait on that. So it is possible that he beats it. It's very possible that, man, he found out or something like that, or it was just one of those things where people just kind of knew. And so, you know how some of these stupid cats get, man, let's get you a steak dinner, man. Let's do this, man, let's do that. All in the names of looking cool standing next to people. But at the end of the day, when you come into this rap game, you had to leave the streets alone, bro. The very first video I made on YouTube as far as taking this stuff serious, launching a YouTube career, was that you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Silvy says, save the industry.
They're watching, and they're not just watching you, they are watching everybody that is around you. That's what it is. Now, some people on the internet will say, oh man, this is connected to Get Money Lil Ronnie. And it's like, nah, bro, that don't even make sense. Or it's connected to CJ Casino and all that. Nah, bro, that don't even make sense. So speculations and all that stuff out. Y'all seen the paperwork. But it's amazing how all of this crap works. When you had Brown come home, everybody swore that he told. And it's possible that he did. But also, if he did come home and tell and wrapped it all up and everything like that, why are you cats so stupid with how you operate? How do you cats get to the level and to the point that you decide out of your stupid actions that this is what you want it to be? Now, innocent until proven guilty. I don't know what I don't know. We don't know what we don't know, bruh. Somebody could have threw Yella Beezy's name in there, you know, and it was just enough to say, let's go ahead and arrest him. Let's go ahead and charge him. Let's get him up off the streets. That's that possibility, you know. So we will err on the side of caution. We're not going to say anybody's guilty and all of that crap, but what we can say and what we will say is, if this is true, how stupid can you be? If all of this stuff is 100% truthful, how dumb can you effing be? The feds are always watching. The police are always watching. And then even within the police, they have different divisions specifically putting all this crap together.
Prompter People's Pocket Q is the most modular and professional smartphone teleprompter with the ability to upgrade to a
You know, Seti Nash is saying a lot of real stuff here. And I agree. I agree 100%. I'm actually kind of at the point where I don't want to waste any more time on this subject. If you guys want to watch more on this, go check it out, Seti Nash. But for me, my energy, my vibration, my initiative, my brand, that's it. That's it, man. That's it. You know, I agree with Seti Nash, of course. But like I said, I had a fan, not a fan, a subscriber give me a reality check. Oops. Hold on. And they let me know, man, I come to your platform for, so I want to give you guys an inside look on this. I come to your platform for I'm So Silvy content. So in the name of preserving the I'm So Silvy brand, it was important for me to launch the segment of Silvy said CTRL+S, which is save the industry. And it's important for me to recap all the statements that I feel are important from tonight's segment, which is encouraging you guys to disassociate things that aren't really of the hip-hop genre relating to the entertainment music business. We need to disassociate those types of things when we're covering them in media, whether it's independent media, whether it's mainstream, whether it's whatever. We need to disassociate. And the second thing, for older or any age melanated American, because again, I don't go by I'm African American. I've never been to Africa. I'm as American as it gets. from the Commonwealth of Virginia. Point is, stop making general statements that you believe apply to all Black Americans, but it's really based on your walk in your life. What you're doing is you're making other Black Americans that have never walked the walk or involved themselves in the type of things that you involve yourself in, you're making them bear the weight or wear the image and or be responsible for the narrative that you're creating. The biggest example is Wallow. We love you, Wallow. We love you, Gilly. And we love $1 Million Worth of Game and what they were able to do with Barstool. However, it's a huge pet peeve of mine, and it's important for me to say and save the industry. Wallow, that is your walk. That's your take. You can't make general statements about all Black Americans and say we are like this or we are like that, because we all aren't. It's a terrible look and it needs to stop. And third and final point I'm gonna leave you guys with: go to OstRich Entertainment News, subscribe and hit the bell. All of the entertainment, fashion, and design related things that I believe are dope in my seasoned experience position here in the industry will be covered on OstRich Entertainment News. We're going to separate I'm So Silvy page and the SLOR and I'm So Silvy brand, and we're going to keep all the news related things on OstRich Entertainment News. So tonight, I was vulnerable with you guys. I opened up to you guys. I'm not on the camera right now, but I was on the camera earlier. If you're just now tuning in, we've been here for about an hour and a half. I got started a little late due to some audio difficulties, but I wanted to make sure we got this in because it was important. We got to make a change here, guys. So these are the types of things that needs to happen. We need to have these conversations, be active, and speak on these types of things. And yeah. That is tonight's episode of Silvy Said, CTRL+S, Save the Industry. I wish all you guys a blessed Friday. And yeah, we're just going to do better and keep rocking it out. Tomorrow we got Fortnite Fridays. We got Silvy Said back on Monday. New episodes of Artist Premiere. Go to I'mSoSilvy.com and get you some of that merch. Get you some of that I'm So Silvy merch, my guys. Or in gals. In SLOR fam. And yeah, make sure you go to I'mSoSilvy.com or Brandish Apparel, slcbrands.com/Brandish Apparel, or I'mSoSilvy.com and get you some of these exclusives. They're limited edition and they just dropped. Again, shout out to everybody supporting the SilvyWRLD, not SilvyWRLD, the I'm So Silvy page. It's SilvyWRLD on Twitch, and I appreciate all of you guys. And yeah, we're gonna be positive. This is positive, and this is gonna be every evening. We got different segments for you guys, and we're gonna keep rocking it out. Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't yet, Bisolar is going crazy on YouTube and TikTok. We're at about 500,000 views. This song just dropped. And then Dapper Don is going crazy in Brazil. And like I said, Bass is bunking on the OstRich News page. If you haven't yet, add them to your playlist, your favorite playlist. Send them to your favorite friend. But yeah, let me get on cam just for a second before we get out of here, so I can let you guys say bye to you guys for real type shit. Giddy. All right. Boom, 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 boom. We here? It's your boy, I'm So Silvy. Thanks for tuning in to another segment of Silvy Said, CTRL+S, Save the Industry. Catch you tomorrow on Fortnite Friday, same time, 8:30 or 10 p.m., depending on the segment, every weekday night. I'm tapping in. I'm here. We're building the community. Thanks for tapping in. It's love. Catch you on the next one. Yiddy.